For today's video, we are traveling back in time to visit China in the 90s, to Hong Kong to be exact. The streets were busy, the people were happy. People used to love going to bars and restaurants in their free time, just like today. Van Man Yi worked in a popular nightclub as a waitress and had no idea what kind of people this job would introduce to her. She also had no idea that it wouldn't be long until she would be brutally tortured and that her captors would stick her severed head into a grotesque looking stuffed Hello Kitty animal. In today's video, we are going to explore all of the details of this brutal and disturbing Hello Kitty murder. This is one of China's most shocking homicides. The only way to solve this case was with the help of Van Man Yi's ghost. Even as a child, Van Man Yi didn't have it easy. Her parents didn't want anything to do with her, so she grew up in a home for girls. At the age of 16, she was kicked out of the home because she was getting too old. From then on, she lived on the streets. To endure the cold of the street life, Van started using drugs. And to be able to pay for her addiction, she started prostituting herself. Throughout the years, she often worked as a hostess, and then finally landed a job as a waitress at a nightclub. That was her chance to finally have a halfway decent life. However, she was still not able to shake her addiction. In 1997, she met Chan Man Lok at the nightclub. She was 21 years old at the time. The 32-year-old man was a pimp and drug dealer. He liked Van Man Yi and made her a job offer. Van agreed and started to sell her body for him. For the next 2 years, things seemed to work out well, but then she made a mistake with terrible consequences. Torture and murder. In March of 1999, Van Man Yi stole $4,000 from Chan. She was desperate and needed money to buy more drugs. But Chan noticed it very quickly and was furious. Never before had anyone been bold enough to steal money from him. He gave Van an ultimatum. She was supposed to pay him back in a very short period of time, including a penalty of $10,000 additional. But Van was only able to give him back the stolen $4,000. That was all the money she had. Chan then got his two employees, 27-year-old Yong Ching Cho and 21-year-old Yong Wai Yun, to abduct the 23-year-old girl together with him and take her to an apartment on Granville Road in Siem Chao Tsui. There they locked her up, raped her and forced her to sleep with other men to pay her a debt. But soon they also started beating Van up with metal pipes and pieces of furniture and burning her skin. Throughout the torture, they forced her to say that she enjoyed the beating. Whenever she was hungry or thirsty, she had to eat her feces or drink her urine. But because of the fact that the torture had disfigured Van, the other men refused to pay for sex with her. That made Jen even more furious, and the torture got even worse. At that time, Jen had a 14-year-old girlfriend. The girl, nicknamed Ah Fong by the media to protect her identity, was also a prostitute but had a close bond with Chan. One day she entered the apartment and witnessed the man kicking Van in the head about 50 times. She initially didn't know anything about the kidnapping and was shocked about what she saw. But in the following days and weeks she participated in the torture. When asked why she did that, she simply stated that it looked like fun. After Van Man Yi was tortured for a month, Ah Fong found her dead in the apartment one morning. The night before, Van had voluntarily consumed meth. To this day, it is not clear whether she died of an overdose or as a result of her injuries. The men reacted quickly. They placed the body in an ice-filled bathtub. Then they sawed Van's body into pieces and started cooking the individual parts in order to avoid the smell of rotten flesh. The men cooked her body parts on the same stove they used to prepare their food every day. They disposed the cooked flesh with the rest of the trash in the household garbage can. They saved a few inner organs and teeth in a plastic bag as trophies, but they did not want to get rid of Van's head. They cooked it in a large pot and stuck it into a Hello Kitty mermaid stuffed animal. The confession. For a month, they got away with their crime. However, in May 1999, Ah Fong entered a nearby police station. Unable to live with her guilt, she told the police officers that Van Man Yee's ghost had been haunting her since her death. The police, who didn't believe her at first, then escorted her to the apartment after all. That is where they found the plastic bag with the organs and the Hello Kitty doll containing the severed head. But the rest of the apartment also gave them a very creepy vibe. It was covered with Hello Kitty dolls and stuffed animals. The walls and curtains were also adorned with the face of the happy cat. The police believed Ah Fong and immediately arrested the 3 men responsible for Van's death. The process was quick, taking a total of 6 weeks and 4 days. Since there were little remains, and the police was unable to determine whether Van had died from an overdose or the injuries, the men were only convicted of manslaughter. They unanimously claimed that Van took the overdose on purpose. Ah Fong cooperated with the police and received immunity for her testimony against the man. She described the torture in great detail and said under oath that she was hoping to set Van Man Yee's ghost free by bringing the truth to light. Due to the cruel nature of the crime, all 3 men received life sentences, without being eligible for parole until 20 years have been served. Ah Fong was acquitted due to her immunity. Judge Peter Niang then said, "Never before has Hong Kong court heard a case of such cruelty, depravity, brutality, violence and viciousness." Whether or not Ah Fong continued seeing the ghost after the verdict is not known, but strange things still happen at the apartment complex, where Van Man Yee was tortured and killed. Residents say that every night they can hear the cries of a woman that makes the lights flicker. Furthermore, creepy Hello Kitty dolls started showing up all over the house for weeks. It was likely that it was happening due to someone's cruel joke. Yet, it caused residents to move out by the dozens. At some point, no new tenants could be found to move in, which is why the house had to be torn down and a hotel was built on the site. And that brings us to the end of today's video. In my opinion, not only a brutal but also really creepy case. It will be a long time until I will be able to forget the picture of the Hello Kitty doll. And maybe I will also look at the small Asian cats a little different from now on. What do you think about the case? Did Van Man Yee seek justice by haunting Ah Fong as a ghost, or do you agree with me that the 14-year-old was so full of guilt that she suffered to the point that she was hallucinating? Feel free to start a discussion in the comment section. I hope you liked today's video. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. With only a couple of clicks or a few keystrokes, you have the ability to support this channel tremendously. Also follow me on Instagram if you aren't doing that already. You can find the link in the video description. Thank you so much in advance and also thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next video. Good night and see you soon.